Hello, I'm Barbara. Today I'm going to be describing the Animaniacs trailer. First I'll do a standard real-time descriptive audio, and then I'll do a stop-and-go expanded descriptive audio.
Hello. Reboots are symptomatic of a fundamental lack of originality in Hollywood.
Have you no shame?
Here's your check for the Animaniacs reboot, you sellouts.
$100 billion. A Hulu original. They rise from the grave.
You should see our new contracts.
All right, guys, there's a lot of pressure on our first lines. Wait, don't. Make sure it's good first. Maybe something reminiscent of the first season?
She smashes them with a giant mallet.
22 years later, and I'm still a knockout.
I've tried online dating, but I keep getting catfished. How do I know she's even real?
His screen shows a catfish. Executive producer Steven Spielberg.
This tablet contains the sum of all human knowledge.
All human knowledge in one easy-to-swallow tablet?
He dunks the iPad and swallows it.
Quantum mechanics, quinoa wraps, Queen Bey. We've missed so much.
On November 20th.
Oh, sounds like an odyssey.
All 13 new episodes.
My sandwich!
He somersaults through security lasers to a rotting sandwich.
Just where I left it.
Come for the zany.
Yakko, turn on the black light.
The black light reveals a rave.
Nothing unusual there.
Stay for the brainy.
Gee, Brain, what do you want to do tonight?
The same thing we do every night, Pinky. Try to take over the world.
Their cage is filled with foam.
Found party!
Because they're totally insane.
I am the Pegasus. I come bearing horrible tidings of war from the...
Yeah. Less talky, more flappy.
They fly trailing rainbows. An orange cyclops. Brain pilots a robot.
We're Animaniacs, totally insane.
Never mansplaining.
Animaniacs.
Now, the adoration pours in.
Brain gets one Instagram like. It's Pinky.
Nerf!
All new episodes November 20th, only on Hulu. And now I'll be going over it again with expanded description. Animaniacs is an over-the-top cartoon with colorful characters and exaggerated gestures and movement. The three main characters, the Warner siblings, are anthropomorphic animals with white paw feet, white gloved hands, black tails, white faces, and red noses. They have fur that spikes off the side of their face and thin bent ears on the top of their heads. Yakko is tall and wears tan pants and a belt. Wacko is short with tongue often hanging out, wears a red backwards cap and blue sweater. Dot is short with a yellow flower on top of her head and a pink skirt. Pinky and the Brain are two lab rats, both white with red noses. Pinky is taller with a longer snout and buck teeth, and the Brain is short with a large bulbous head, furrowed brow, and frown. Yakko appears solemn against a black background and talks while emphatically pointing.
Hello. Reboots are symptomatic of a fundamental lack of originality in Hollywood.
Have you no shame?
Wacko, Yakko, and Dot all look disappointed. Yakko puts his hand to his forehead and Dot turns away, arms crossed indignantly. They all wear green Hulu-branded clothes and Wacko holds a Hulu flag.
Here's your check for the Animaniacs reboot, you sellouts.
They accept the large Hulu check for $100 billion. Suddenly, they're all smiles and an enormous pile of cash and coins lands behind them, stacked in the shape of the letters Hulu. A Hulu original. In a green misty graveyard, 3 headstones with each of their faces and names, 1930 to 1998. Their hands claw out of the ground and all 3 pop up singing, smiling, and sparkling. They shake hands, sign autographs, and take interviews.
You should see our new contract.
The Grim Reaper holds a scythe and a contract for 2 new seasons. The Warner siblings all sign their names. The Reaper closes his skeleton fist and the contract poofs away.
All right, guys.
The siblings stand in front of a building and Yakko talks while gesticulating. Wacko's tongue hangs from his mouth.
There's a lot of pressure on our first lines.
Dot tries to speak, but Yakko slams a shush finger to her lips.
Wait, don't. Make sure it's good first. Maybe something reminiscent of the first season?
Dot angrily grabs a large mallet and smashes her brother into a crater in the road.
22 years later, and I'm still a knockout.
She shoulder shimmies proudly. under full moon at Acme Labs.
I've tried online dating, but I keep getting catfished.
Brain wears a gray suit and tie. Pinky wears a tan blazer and holds a phone that is as tall as he is. Brain looks over, annoyed.
How do I know she's even real?
Pinky turns the phone to reveal a catfish on the screen. Brain face palms. From executive producer Steven Spielberg.
This tablet contains the sum of all human knowledge.
In an executive office, an olive-skinned woman with gray jacket, brown bob, and pink glasses shows the siblings an iPad displaying Wikimaniacs.
All human knowledge in one easy-to-swallow tablet?
She side-eyes, concerned. Yakko grabs the tablet, dunks it into a large glass of water, and chugs it. He convulses and collapses into his siblings' open arms.
Quantum mechanics, quinoa wraps, Queen Bey. We've missed so much.
On November 20th,
Oh, sounds like an odyssey.
in a temple in Golden Clouds, the Warner siblings, dressed in Greek robes and olive wreaths, sit around a gold-framed globe. All 13 new episodes.
My sandwich!
Wacko points past a maze of security lasers to a pedestal with a rotting salami sandwich covered in mold and flies. He leaps and somersaults effortlessly past the lasers. In slow motion, he passes just under a laser and his bangs lay down to avoid triggering the alarm.
Just where I left it.
He clasps his hands and gazes longingly at the sandwich. Come for the zany!
Yakko, turn on the black light.
Wacko is bound in yellow caution tape, which is also strewn around the room. Dot wears a lab coat and goggles. Yakko salutes and switches on the black light, and suddenly the room is filled with ravers dancing in pink, purple, and teal party clothes. Lights switch back and the ravers are gone.
Nothing unusual there.
Stay for the brainy!
Gee, Brain, what do you want to do tonight?
The same thing we do every night, Pinky. Try to take over the world.
Their green cage is filled with foam by people in yellow hazmat suits.
Whee! Found party!
Because they're totally insane. In a glow of rainbow light, a pink unicorn Pegasus appears under Dot.
I am the Pegasus. I come bearing horrible tidings of war from the...
Yeah. Less talky, more flappy.
They fly away from the stadium, leaving a trail of rainbows. The siblings appear in aggressive anime style. Dot looks into a hand mirror and fires a rainbow beam that ricochets around the room. On a rocky tropical island, a colossal fat orange cyclops with a swath of blonde hair frowns at a small Amazon warrior. Greek Yakko throws a lightning bolt down and strikes someone at their temple on Earth. A window shatters and the shockwave hits sports announcers Wacko and Dot. Brain pilots a human-sized robot in a gray suit that blasts off with jet feet.
We're Animaniacs.
Surrounded by classic Hanna-Barbera cartoons, Yakko smashes Wacko with a giant mallet.
Totally insane.
They sing surrounded by neon signs.
Never mansplaining.
Dot squeezes her brother's mouth shut.
Animaniacs.
A Hulu original. Steven Spielberg presents Animaniacs. The siblings sit in the Golden Shield logo, resting on their elbows.
Now, the adoration pours in.
The logo is an Instagram post. It gets 1 like. Brain smiles and taps on it. It's just Pinky. He turns back to see Pinky on his phone.
Nerf!
All new episodes on November 20th, only on Hulu. Thanks for watching. I welcome feedback, and also let me know what trailer you'd like me to describe next. Audio description recorded by Barbara Faison and written and edited by Kensuke Nakamura.